and what is the meaning of the names that are given there, and why the names that are given are not the literal names, but they actually have in-depth meaning. So when you see that part, you will know why we are interpreting it, because in the first chapter itself it was made very clear that it is not as simple as it looks and it needs to be interpreted. So today we are going to talk about Kalki. Who is Kalki, and is the name Kalki going to be the real name, or this has a deeper meaning also? So let's talk about Kalki. Now Kalki, if we decode the meaning of Kalki, and because it's a Hindi name, I'm going to decode it in the same language. So when you decode the name Kalki, Kal also means the sound which is not very clear, but it is very sweet. So it basically means, for example, the sound of the river flowing, that's Kalki, that's Kal Dhwani, so, or that's Kal Nad. So a sound of a child laughing, that's also that Kal energy, but it is not, you can't know what that means, right? So you can hear it, but you can't take out a meaning from it, but it is very, very sweet. So a sweet voice, which is not very clear, is basically Kal. Now ki energy is the energy of life force. So it is the energy of life force, or it is the energy of your soul that is flowing inside you. Now Kalki means that there has been an energy of soul that is flowing inside you, but you are not aware of it. Why are you not aware of it? Because it is Kal Yuga. Because of Kal Yuga, you are not aware of that sweet sound, or that a beautiful energy that your soul carries. And Kalki basically is about that person, or that energy, or that avatar, whose energy, who's going to be there. But because we are into that energy of Kali Yuga, we will kind of connect, but still not identify him. So that's what Kalki means. And that life force energy, that soul energy, is going to get stronger, and we are going to get kind of enchanted by that energy and flow in the flow of that energy. And that is why his name is kept as Kalki and not anything else. So the real name can be anything very, very different than Kalki, but the Kalki word, Kalki avatar, means that the one who's going to touch your soul, and the one who's going to bring your soul into liveliness, the one whose sweet voice you will hear always inside you, but you might not understand it, or you might not immediately find the meaning of it. That's the Kalki energy. So that's what is the meaning of Kalki. Now when we move forward with Kalki energy, or with the way the book is written, one thing that is very, very beautiful about this book, or this Kalki Puran, it is not written in the future tense. It is not written as if it is going to happen. It is written as if it is already happening, or already happened. And why is it like that? To give you a hint that everything that is happening in now. The past is here, the present is here, the future is here. Nothing is in future, nothing was in past. And to give you that taste, to give you that energy, to tell you that the truth of that energy and dimensions, it is written in the way that it is not a prediction of a future, but it is as if it has already happened. And that's another beauty of Kalki Puran. Now another thing, when we talk about when Vishnu said that Kalki will take birth, and he spoke about the villages and everything, at the village, the parents and the family and the wife and everything, what did that mean? So Vishnu said that Kalki is going to take birth in Shambhala. Now when you talk about Shambhala, a lot of people connect it to the village that is in Orissa, or the village that is in Madhya Pradesh, or there could be more villages with the name of Shambhala, but it does not mean the literal name. Shambhala means a spiritual kingdom. He's going to take birth in a place where the souls of people are awakened, or they are awakening, or they are into that process of finding their souls. So a spiritual kingdom, a kingdom that's going to be spiritually inclined, or that has been spiritually inclined, that is the kingdom where Kalki will be born. Now born does not mean he's literally born. He might have been born long ago, but born means rise, where that Kalki energy will start rising. And when I think about spiritual kingdom, I can only connect it to India, because India has been a spiritual kingdom, has been soulful, has been always been in that energy of spirituality, and now it is becoming more strong. So I can't connect it with anything else but India. But then again, I leave it to your interpretation, but for me, Shambhala, or my understanding of the one who wrote it, when he wrote Shambhala, meant that he's going to be born in a spiritual kingdom. He's going to be rising from a spiritual kingdom. And then when we talk about he will be born to a Brahmin, Brahmin. Now this is again a very very beautiful thing, because Brahmin, who is a Brahmin, is also a chapter in Kalki Puran, and it has been explained very very beautifully as to, it is no, Brahman does not mean who's Brahman by caste. He's not born to a one who's Brahman by caste, but that energy is, this is beautiful energy. Brahman is, there is a deeper meaning to Brahman, and I'm going to decode it when I reach the next chapter, what is about the chapter that is about Brahman and the Brahman energy, and I'm going to decode that also, and you will be amazed to see how beautiful that can mean, or that meaning can be. So he will be born to a Brahman, which does not mean that literal surname Brahmin family. No. Okay. Now the name of the person who he will be born, the name of the father is Vishnu Yasha. Now Vishnu Yasha does not mean that you have to look for a person with the name of Vishnu Yasha, but Vishnu Yasha means somebody who's a devotee, completely devoted to Vishnu, the one who's completely devoted to Vishnu. Now if we understand Vishnu energy is the energy of functionality and maintenance. What does Vishnu do? Vishnu ji maintains us. So Vishnu energy is the energy of maintenance and functionality. Now what is the father energy? Father energy is the energy who gives us resources. So his resources are going to come from the energy who is going to be into maintenance and who's going to be into functionality. So that is the real meaning of father energy, that people or person who is devoted to the energy of functionality and the energy of maintenance, energy of kind of taking creations forward and keeping them well maintained, is going to be the one where his basic resources are going to come from. And when we talk about the mother energy, the name of the mother is Sumati. Now it does not mean that literally you have to look for a female called Sumati, but this means that her nurturer energy, which means that his nurturing, his emotions, or his that beautiful energy of finding himself will come from wisdom. So he will find himself, his reality, using his wisdom and using his mind. So using the energy of his wisdom is when he will figure out his real self, and that's the energy of the mother, because mother is a nurturer. Mother helps you understand your reality. Mother helps you nurture. Mother helps you keep you in learning and balance. So that's your internal energy, and that's the energy. So he's going to find that nurturing from wisdom, people who are into that energy, who have high wisdom, and he himself is going to also be in an energy of wisdom. And this could also mean connecting with each other with telepathy. Okay, that's the energy. Now what is his mission? His mission is going to be to eliminate Kali. So now eliminate Kali does not mean that there is a guy called Kali that you will have to find and he'll have to kill that guy. Kali means Kali Yuga. So his mission is going to be eliminate Kali Yuga, and eliminating Kali Yuga means eliminating all the crimes and negative situations, negative people, negative things that are happening. So whether it is against humans, against animals, against nature, anything that is Kali, that's Kali Yuga energy, that is what he is going to eliminate. Now his wife, name of his wife is going to be Padma. Now wife is the half energy, right? So wife is Ardhangini, wife is your better half. So when he carries that half energy of power and ability, and that voice which is sweet and which is soulful, how will other half come where that energy is going to be flowing into the world, into the reality, is going to be Padmavati means the lotus flower. Now I'm going to leave it to your interpretation. How do you interpret lotus flower, or where do you connect the energy of lotus? But half of the energy is going to get other half of the energy, and that is where the power play will actually start. Okay, so if we see, lotus energy has come into power a few years back. It is still into power. It has already started playing very strong, and that's the energy that's going to give him half of the power if we talk about India, the spiritual kingdom. Now his the Padmavati, the lotus energy, and the mother of that Padmavati or that lotus energy is going to be Kumudini. Now Kumudini means moonlight, the full moonlight. The full moonlight means somebody, something that is going to take away the illusion. So the mother energy or the base energy of lotus is to actually take away the illusion, the one who will start kind of taking away the illusions, changing the illusions, and will be functioning from the energy of soul and intuition. And the father is going to be Brahmaratha. Father is going to be Braharatha. Bradratha means somebody who has a huge chariot, and somebody who has a huge chariot means somebody who has the power, who has the authority, who has the light, who has the ability to bring in that change, who has the ability to run that change forward. So the Kumudini is the Padmavati is the energy, or is the reference to somebody, or to kind of some a group where the energy will be to eliminate the illusions and to take that chariot forward, have the power. Okay, now there is also a reference to Simhala, that is the village of Padmavati. Now, when we give reference to Simhala, I could not find any other meaning to Simhala other than a some people who are situated in Sri Lanka. And if we see, we have already started seeing the changes in Sri Lanka, right? That energy has already started working in Sri Lanka. So this is actually a living example that Kalki energy has started to work. So we already see a lot of political um, up down happening in Sri Lanka, and I don't think there's going to be a long time when Sri Lanka is going to be the part of the spiritual kingdom. So see that energy. Okay, then it is also said that demigods will have already taken birth and responsibilities before Kalki comes. And demigods means people who are human-like, but they have godlike qualities, or they are worshipped like God, or they are leaders. So they will have already taken birth, and there are many who have already taken a rebirth to help Kalki, and they are doing their duty. Okay, so anybody who's trying to interpret Kalki energy, who's trying to bring in the changes in the world, are already those demigods who are there. Some of them will recognize themselves, some of them will not, but by the time the Kalki comes, they will recognize themselves. Now the Kalki, because the Kalki is going to be on mission, he will give the responsibility to rule the world to two people, and these two people are Maru and Devapi. Now they are again not literal. Maru means a circle or a round of swords and armors. Now sword is intellect, armors is protection. Okay, so Maru and Devapi means friends of gods. So which means that good people have who rule by intellect and who give protection, they are going to have the responsibility to run the world. So good people who are friends of gods, which means who have good qualities, they are, and who are intellectual and who knows how to protect, are going to protect the world, or lead the world. Now he will be born on the 12th day during the fortnight of the waxing moon in the month of Vishakha. Now Vishakha month almost have started. Somebody said that it is going to start from 15th April or 14th April, and 12th day during the fortnight of the waxing moon is where Kalki will be born. Now Kalki will be born doesn't again mean that literally he will be born, but we are ideally we are almost into that energy where that time period has started, and the 12th day of the fortnight of a waxing moon is not very far away, and we have already started seeing the impact that has started happening in the world, whether it is war, whether it is about Pakistan, whether it is about Sri Lanka. That impact has already started, that shaking up has already started. So that's the timeline when we are going to experience Kalki being there, or experience his energy as if we know that it is there. Like you're going to that sound is already there, which is not very clear, but it is going to get clearer. You're going to hear it clearly, like Kalkinad. Okay, and now I think it's almost 14-15 minutes, so I'm going to make the next video. I'm going to cover the rest in the next video about who's going to be his nurse, who will cut the cord, who will clean him, his elder brothers, and there is a lot what that exactly means. There is so much in-depth meanings to all those things, all these things, and I'm going to cover those in the next video. And there is a lot to come, guys. There is a lot to come, and as in how I am reading it, I am finding it so interesting because it has so much of decoding required, and it has so much of encrypted words, or there is so much into it, a deeper meaning. So I hope I will be able to share all of that with you guys, and by the time I by the time I'm midway or before that, we might also see Kalki being here literally. I'm opening the chat. If somebody has a specific question, I can take that, or I can take your questions in the live in the evening. And just one request that I have with you all is, because you feel Kalki energy, you understand Kalki energy, please share it with everyone else also, so that people understand that this is not literal. This has a very, very deeper meaning, and they have to understand that meaning. Okay. Let's see, Annie. We are going to experience a lot of energy of Kalki coming back. So a lot is going to happen already. Okay. Even before he's back, even before he's here, a lot would have already happened, which we already see is happening, right? So be ready for those big changes. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and please, if you can, spread this forward. Thank you. Bye bye.